What's up, everybody? Good morning. We have made it to Thursday and we have made it to the first day of a new month. It is the first day of February, so we're going to go through the February 2024 state of the channel address, I guess you could call it. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of the Seahawks right now, but every month I like to take at least one video to kind of take inventory of everything that's happened over the last month and where I'm hoping to go in 20 in the next month. So let's talk a little bit about what happened in January, and then we'll talk about what's hopefully coming in the month of February. So, January was one of the biggest months in the history of this channel, and it's crazy to say that because this team did not make the playoffs. This Seahawks team missed the postseason. They played one game in the month of January that people were not really hyped for and ended up not meaning all that much. So January was probably expected to be a pretty quiet month. We would just kind of silently and quietly shuffle through the first parts of the offseason, start talking about free agents, start talking about salary cap stuff. But we had enough stuff go down over the month to propel the channel to new heights that I did not imagine we had any chance of reaching in a month like January. So we had the Washington Huskies play and win a playoff game, and then play in and lose the national championship game. We did watch alongs for both of those, so that was big. That was a monstrous mover. That got a lot of people here who are typically not here. That was, great. And even though we did not win the championship, it was a great experience to see the team go that far. Then we saw the team get completely torn down over the course of like a week, where not only the players we lose to the draft, but also losing our head coach, losing a bunch of players to the transfer portal, and replacing them with guys that we know are not going to be able to live up to that standard because the standard was just too high. No disrespect to those new guys, but we all know that things are not going to be the same. Things will not be as good immediately. Things are probably going to be much worse for at least a year or two. So I think we all are kind of prepared for that. But yeah, that was obviously a big thing that happened in January. And with the Seahawks, even though they missed the playoffs in kind of embarrassing, spectacular fashion, they did decide to shake things up in a big way. And I mean, look, real lives were affected by what was done in January, but man, for my part, it was refreshing to see the team decide to go a different direction at head coach. It was refreshing to see them decide to flip everything over or most of the stuff over rather than just trying to cling on to everything that was mediocre or a little bit above mediocre. It was really, really engaging to see the team decide we're not going to go this, we're not going to keep going this way. We're going to try something completely different. You move on from Pete Carroll, and boom, the channel just goes crazy because, of course, it does. When you move off the guy who's been your head coach for 14 years and been the face of your franchise for 14 years, more or less, him and I guess Russell Wilson, but the guy who's been the mastermind of some of the best teams in franchise history, then you're gonna get a lot of stuff popping off, and we definitely did in January. We had weeks of discussing who the new head coach could be. We spent a lot of time talking about who the best candidates were, who we should hire. We watched other teams fire and hire coaches. We watched other teams take candidates off the board, and the last day of the month, fittingly enough, the final day of the month, we actually got our answer in Mike McDonald yesterday. So there's been so much stuff to digest. There's been so much stuff to get into that you normally would not have in January. For the last 14 years, for the previous 14 years, January would be either we're watching the Seahawks in the playoffs or we're just watching other teams in the playoffs while the Seahawks do little housekeeping things, like maybe they let go of a positional coach, they let go of a coordinator once or twice. But a head coach was a seismic shift that I didn't really expect, and I mean, I understand that we're talking about real people here at the end of the day, and we're talking about a legend of the Seattle Seahawks in Pete Carroll. But I was excited to see something new, And I mean, it's great to give stuff to talk about, right? There was so much that we were able to discuss in the month of January because of that decision. So the coaching search obviously propelled the channel along in a way that I didn't imagine was going to happen, because I didn't believe that moving off of Carroll was a realistic possibility. And we've also had discussions around many of the other coaches that'll fill out this staff eventually, needing to figure out who we go with. And having the coaching search lead to a candidate that most people would say was a fantastic choice has just made the month so beautiful here on YouTube. So I want to thank everybody who helped make it possible, watched the videos, participated in the streams, which we did plenty of, and it was great. I don't know if anything short of a Super Bowl run could have produced the level of engagement that I saw from Seahawks fans on YouTube this month. Like, this was something that brought everybody together. Even the people that didn't like the firing or were against the firing, you have to admit it was a very significant moment. And a lot of the people who did not like the firing are pretty on board with this hiring at the very least. So I think that we're in a pretty good spot going into February now. The like I said, the channel just kind of went crazy during the month. It close to 600,000 views, and we gained almost 700 subscribers. 700 subscribers in a month where I was just thinking we would be eking along at maybe 150, 200. So when the team actually does things that make a big splash, you can see the impact. And I'm glad that so many people have gotten a kick out of participating in the discussion over the last couple of weeks, as we've narrowed things down to Mike McDonald. And on top of everything else, that has made for one of the best months in channel history. And I know the Huskies thing helped a lot, but for a month where the Seahawks only played one game, that's incredible. So we were actually able to get to 16,000 subscribers yesterday, last night. So that was something I was thinking might happen in March or April. So we crushed it. We crushed it, and I want to thank everybody who subbed up over the last month, especially. You guys are the reason why we're here. We're way ahead of schedule. Obviously, that's circumstantial because of what the Seahawks chose to do earlier in the month with letting Carroll go, but still, it's been great. It's been awesome. And February obviously is not going to be as action-packed as January. I'll say that right now. We're going to hire coordinators. We're going to hire assistants. We're going to fill things out. We might make some decisions on players in the next couple weeks as well, because of the post-Super Bowl vesting date for some of the guarantees. But there's no way February is going to be anything like January. February, we're going to be talking about free agency. We're going to be talking about the Seahawks outgoing free agents. We're going to be talking about some of the free agents across the NFL the Seahawks might want to take a look at. And we're going to be visiting, just trying to understand what the Seahawks should do in the offseason to prep up for the free agency period and eventually the draft. So February, there is going to be some news concerning coordinators and assistants, and we're going to be covering all that. We're going to discuss all that in depth. We're going to be doing Hawks Nest streams consistently every week, as we usually do. But the main driver of the conversation in February will be back to free agency. Who do we keep? Who do we get rid of? Who do we bring in? So we hit 16,000 yesterday, last day of the month. So if we can get up to like 16,300 by the end of this month, I think that would be a win. I think that would be nice. That's basically 10 subs a day, and I think we can do it. And yeah, I am excited to see where this month takes us, because there is going to be some stuff that is going to get people's attention. Not in the same way as letting Pete Carroll go, but there's going to be stuff for sure. So yeah, if we can get up there, it's I'm excited for that. Also in February, I might start doing more streams. I might start doing some more like daytime stuff as well, because I now have a lot of free time. So for while I can take advantage of it, because it's not going to last forever, I might be doing some stuff during the daytime as well. So keep an eye out for that. There might be more streams, more just kind of Let's Talk Seahawks streams. That's something that I'm looking to expand on. We might do another call-in show. Haven't done one of those in a while. So I'm looking forward to a great month on YouTube. Now, real quick, I want to talk about the other platforms on the internet like Twitch and Kick. Great month on Twitch. Played a ton of different games. The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, finished that. Finished up Animal Crossing. I'm going to do a little bit more in Animal Crossing, but played through that. Did some more fishing Planet. Played through Fear 2. Played through Psychonauts. Started Devil May Cry 2, going to finish that up probably later today. Ton of different stuff we did on Twitch and Kick. So the video game stuff has been great. Just kind of going through assorted stuff because I knew January wasn't going to be a super busy month. But February, I can tell you this right now, we hit our goal of 625 followers on Twitch. We were able to actually hit that very early in the month. We got up to like 630 now. I think we're going to set the goal at 650, and we should get there pretty easily because there are a couple of big releases that I'm going to be playing on launch day in February, including one later today. I'll make another video about that sometime in the late afternoon or early evening. But yeah, there's going to be Persona 3 releases tonight, and there's going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which comes out late in the month. I'm going to be playing both those games on launch as early as I can get to them. So that's going to be something that I stream to both platforms. So come check me out if you're interested in that. That's basically going to take up the whole month. I don't think I'm going to be doing much more than Persona 3 and Rebirth. So it's going to be pretty simple, but those are the two big releases for the year for me. I'm more hyped on those games than any other game that's coming out this year. So the Twitch and Kick stuff is hopefully going to really kick off and people are going to dig it. I know that those games have spoilers, but hopefully people are willing to come out for it anyway if you don't really care, or if you're maybe playing ahead of me, playing faster than me. Again, I might be doing some streams during like the early afternoon because I have a lot of free time right now. But yeah, I'm going to be piling through Persona 3 as much as I can because I'm really excited for that one. Also, in the month of January, I started posting videos to Instagram and X, which went pretty decently. X and Instagram both get a decent number of views. Unfortunately, the Instagram Facebook uploader, the Meta uploader, is not working for me right now, so I can't schedule uploads. So in order for me to post something on Facebook or Instagram, number one, I have to do it individually. I can't do it to both sites at once like the Meta uploader allowed me to. But I also can't schedule it. I just have to click post and it shares right then. So that's actually caused me to not be posting stuff on Instagram or Facebook as much because it messes with the scheduling. So for the moment, I've had to put that on hold. I am still posting the occasional thing to those places to keep them alive, but I don't know what's going on with the uploader, so that's been a bit of a problem. The Reels, by the way, the shorts have been fire on Instagram. They have blown up on Instagram in a way that I didn't expect. So that's been awesome. I'm going to be posting more Reels this month because things have slowed down. I slowed down with the shorts on YouTube and the other sites as well because there was too much stuff to talk about that was actually important. I didn't want to make meme videos except for the one meme video that I did during the month. If you know, you know. But yeah, that went well. And yeah, I think that's really about it. Yeah, we were posting videos to X, which went great. And Facebook, I mean, the Facebook stuff is pretty niche. The people on Facebook tend to Facebook's kind of a I don't want to say it's a dying platform because it's not, but it doesn't resonate with the audience in the same way that these other sites do. But I'm continuing to post things there when I can, when I remember, because I want to make it available to the people who do value it there. And yeah, going to continue to do that this month as well. Going to continue to post there when I can, if I can. And yeah, going to continue to use X more. I've actually found some ways in which to use X that I think are productive. And excited for the month of February that's ahead of us. So that is the state of the channel, state of my overall internet presence. I made a Linktree account finally. So if you want to see my Linktree, just click the link in the description. And I think that's about all that I can say right now. So I will be seeing you guys later. More videos coming. Go Hawks. And yeah, that's what I'm ready for in February.